Hey guys. I've been really looking forward to coming on here today just because I really need to talk about my symptoms. I need to leave my girlfriend out of it today. Funny thing is, I've been totally relaxing and doing everything by the book to have my CNS calm down, and then things just get worse. As norm. Stupid. Makes no sense. It's nothing like it was over 4 months ago where I could literally, as long as I relaxed and did calm things and stuff like that, things would slow down. Every once in a while, I'd come up with a weird wave that I didn't make sense, but usually it was right on the money, and I knew what was going on. But now I never know. And things are sticking around way longer than they should, and I'm not sure if it's something I'm doing wrong or what. But the anxiety is just incredible. It makes me always ask myself, can I keep doing this? Because it's absolutely intense. And the anxiety makes all my sensory issues way worse. Hey guys. No, I would never. I did psychic dogs when I was young. I can't do anything. I'm not going to do anything that. No, I won't do that. I'm always looking for suggestions, but anything I won't smoke weed or anything. Anything that will alter my brain to make me feel off with the anxiety. There's no way. There's no way. There's just no way. Oh, I just can't afford to chance it, because if it goes the wrong way, I might as well just call it, because, boy. Thing is, it's not just brain chemistry, it's nervous system damage. And that's just a mess. My anxiety is straight coming from nervous system damage. Just sucks. Look at that, you 5 people on, only 3 minutes in. That's pretty cool. My DPDR is high. I'm like in a situation where if I close my eyes, everything's just insane. Wish I could just relax. If I could just relax and deal with the symptoms, it would be way easier. Hey, Patricia. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I understand. Gotta do what you gotta do. The thing is, I wish I could go back. I wish I could go back to how my anxiety was before I ever took benzos. I wish somebody would have just looked at me in the eyes and said, I know you don't feel well, but you're able to do all this stuff. I don't want you to lose that because a medication might go the wrong way. How about you just try CBD first? That's all somebody had to say. I guarantee I wouldn't be in the situation today. Or just give me a little knowledge, about any of this. But just from 3 months of trying to feel a little better, I'm going on 5 years of torture, basically. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up. And I know I got years left. And I don't think I can hold, I don't know how long I can deal with it. Or realistically, hey, I don't know how long my body can put up with it. They always say the more you let your anxiety go untreated, the worse it gets. I mean, I hope that's not the case, but I don't know. I was I was always pretty good at listening to people and their ideas. But if somebody was serious and told me, just because some medications might help you on the short term, it can give you some long term damage. And I knew how sensitive I was already. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, mine is too. Let's see. Today, my DPDR is intense. Anxiety, of course, that's every day now. My body is buzzing and crawling. My vision is way worse. And I'm not talking blurry and shit because I have visual snow and the static and movement and stuff, and my vision is really intense. That's what really gets me. I said I can't see right, and the mental issues coming from all that together is really fucked up. If I could actually just see completely clear, and I'm not talking blurry, just through all the static and shit, if I could just get rid of that, I guarantee my anxiety would calm down. Yeah, all that, Trisha. It's nuts. Sorry, I just had to check something. I just wish I didn't feel so out of my mind, considering I've been dealt this hand for so many years. It's really weird that I'm still scared of it, though. People always wonder, like, well, why are you still scared of it? You've been living with it for years. Like, because it's always different. And my waves are getting longer, which just means that things are getting worse until at some point it'll plateau. It's been 4 months now. I figured the acute was gone and, stopped, but the change, the change, and the symptoms are always scary because it's always new. You never know what to expect. My last wave, I'm like, man, if I get through this, I'll know I'll be okay. I got through it and I went through a decent window for like 5 days where I felt okay. And now here I am in this wave that's been days on end. That's the truth. Yeah, my neurologist thinks it's bullshit. He literally wheeled himself up on his chair when I told him about the benzo problem. And he's like, he put his hand under his chin. He's like, Dan, that can't happen. I'm like, well, it fucking did. And I'm like, excuse me, but it did. And it happened to me. And it happened to thousands and thousands of others. I'm like, I admin on one of the biggest benzo recovery pages there was or is. I've seen it happen over and over and over. He he wrote it down in my file though that I think my problems were from benzo withdrawal syndrome, but that was it. I had a psychiatrist appointment the other day. Oh man, I talked about this yesterday, I think, but she's been being pretty cool. Um, After I told her about how I was tapering Remeron for so long, because for the longest time she had no idea, because she would never go along with my slow ass taper. It's one thing if I was being destructive to myself, but it was so slow that what are you gonna do? I'm like, well, you would have never let me taper that slow. She knows I'm tapering, or I'm weighing the pills with the scale now, and I'm at 1.2 milligrams. And I told her in 3 months I'll reevaluate if I want to start tapering again. I wish an antidepressant was my answer. I wish it was just that easy because I'd really like for this madness to go away. All I can say is like I can tolerate the physical symptoms. They're very uncomfortable, but I can deal with being uncomfortable because I've been uncomfortable my whole damn life. And if I can cool down the anxiety, I had a mug of awesome ginger tea last night, and it helped soothe my stomach. And that's where most of my anxiety is. I mean, it doesn't make it go away, of course, but it calmed me down like 5%. Then I woke up with massive diarrhea, so I don't fucking know what that's about. So of course that made me feel way worse today, being up in the middle of the night with my guts churning. You know, that's a real fucking treat. Uh, I feel like throwing up 24/7 just from anxiety. I have that. I mean, realistically, the feeling I get is what everybody knows that. And I was talking to my psychiatrist about it. She was talking about, or I'll tell you in a sec. I was on a Remeron group on Facebook, and they told me to drink ginger tea. Well, I don't know. I don't. I've never heard that. I'll do some research on that. I've never heard that. If it's true, maybe that's why I got major diarrhea. But I mean, that's realistically, I've had ginger tea in the past, and I didn't, on Remeron, and I haven't had any issues. So I don't know. I don't think so. I know I'm part of a Remeron group, and I think you'd be okay. I know I'm part of a Remeron group, but I might have blocked it because I got sick of seeing it. I don't have my glasses, so we'll do Remeron support group. Mirtazapine support withdrawal recovery. I will look up ginger. Curious what other people do for abdominal cramping. Ginger, you know. Last 2 nights I've slept. I'm approaching pain management. Ginger for mirtazapine withdrawal, induced nausea and tummy. Ginger for mirtazapine withdrawal. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything like that. Somebody might have just had a bad reaction. Hey, Stefan. I'll do a little more research, and you do some research on your end. And next time I'm on, I'll let you know what I find, and let me know what you find. I don't see many groups. I still see a Benzo group, the Benzo recovery group, but the Remeron group, yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to see it. It's just always scary shit, and I'm already scared enough. Yeah, no problem. Yeah. I always want to know, make sure I'm not fucking up, I've been changing my food around a little bit, so that might be making me feel worse. But I mean, I'm eating things that I was able to eat just benzo withdrawal, but now since I have the severe shock in the nervous system from the Remeron again, food's been kind of changing around again, so I have to keep it more bland. I ate hamburger for lunch, organic grass-fed stuff, and it didn't seem to bother me. But then again, I'm super sensitized after I laid down, so that might be. So I'll know in a few hours if I start calming down a little bit. I'll know it was from that, probably from the B vitamins or whatever. I mean, Remeron is brutal. And the funny thing about Remeron, I've had a lot of psychiatrists. I had one when I first moved to Wisconsin. It was under a different insurance, and she wanted to pull the. Yeah, I won't transfer now because realistically, I'm able to cut dry pills easy. So I can't go any lower because I'm doing 1 gram. So I mean, I can't really go any lower anyway. The only time it would help is if like once my scale won't weigh it anymore. But I don't want to transfer. I don't think I could. I don't want. I just don't want to deal with that. I'm plus in a really small town. I don't want to make my. I don't want to make it myself. I'd think about it if I had a compounding pharmacy. Was at the beginning I used the cutting and it was hell. Yeah, it's hard, but I've been doing that the whole entire time. And I do it well. I do it between 2 scales and make sure it's right on. What's Aura? I use Aura Plus. Water and the pill. I don't even know what that is. I'll need to know eventually because at some point my scale will stop weighing, but that won't be for a long freaking time. Probably right around 0.5. That's probably when it'll stop weighing. I totally forgot what I was saying because I was totally talking about something before I switched over to what you were talking about. But once I get to like that low 0.45 or whatever, my scale is going to stop weighing. I could probably do a whole pill and then some. I could probably do it that way. At some point, I don't know when I'll jump, to be honest. I'll probably be so fed up at some point and just jump at like 0.4, which will be hell, but whatever. Yeah, 15 milligram pills. I get those. So I put plus 7.5. Man, it's just for some reason it sounds so complicated. I'm sure it's not, but one day maybe I'll ask you for your help when if I need to go that route. With what I'm doing, I don't want my body to have to. I don't want to have to do the changeover, especially after since my nervous system's so fucking shot right now. I'll probably just do the. I know I'm getting a steady dose, so I'm not worried about that. I wasn't for a little while. Yeah, Patricia, isn't it fucking weird? I'm seriously almost at 5 years and I'm still scared of this shit. And like my girlfriend or everybody else will ask me, I mean, if you're, why are you still scared when you've been going through the same thing for all these years? You know nothing bad's gonna happen. Oh, that ain't fucking true. I don't know nothing bad's gonna happen. Probably not. Probably not. But after I fucked up the Remeron, I've realized how bad things can get again. I'm literally almost starting all over. Not as bad, but it's close. There's some things that are popping back in that are really close to the edge, and it's making me stay home more, and I'm working less, and that's not cool. Hold on, I always have my eBay. So, but I'm just going to answer an eBay question. So no, don't leave. It's just what I charge, comma a flat rate. Period. That's also why the price of the item is so low. People are always trying to get me. They're always bitching about shipping. Anyway. And hence, that's why I have such a bad anxiety issue. And I'm thinking my anxiety wasn't so bad after benzos, even though it probably was, but it was probably being covered up by the craziness. It was probably just the chemical anxiety like that. That was fucking nuts. I remember pretending that I was okay. I mean, you watch all my old videos, seriously, I wasn't talking about half the shit that I should have. I was just thinking I'd be okay soon, and I was just trying to be supportive. Then don't buy it, comma, nobody's forcing you. After I got off benzos, that toxic anxiety terror was nuts. Now I just have severe anxiety, which was weird because it didn't hit for like 2.5 months after I fucked up the Remeron. I don't know if I'm doing it to myself. Well, I make it worse myself, of course, because when you distract, it calms down. So, I mean, there's obviously a way you can make it worse, but I don't know if I can get past it. That's the thing. I probably need to meditate more, even though I don't think it works, because I've tried for years and I never feel better. I always feel worse after it because the more tired I am, the worse my symptoms are. If you're anything like me, the more tired you are, the worse your symptoms get. Like my vibrations and shaking and everything, the more tired I am, the worse it is. So I do my best to get as much rest as I can. Yeah, so the eBay thing, I have a pair of shoes up, and I have the shipping really high because people return shoes like a motherfucker. So when they return shoes, I don't have to pay back the shipping. So that's why I keep the shipping really high. And people just bitch about it. But then I make the item price way lower. So, I mean, it equals out. So it's not even a difference. But people try to get it. People try to get my items for super cheap by saying the shipping's too high. Yeah. This is where my brain goes, all over the place. We got a kick-ass thunderstorm a couple hours ago. Trials and yeah. Once I start getting used to a certain thing, like with this terrible anxiety, once it hits for about 6 months, I'm going to be fairly used to it. And then when it does feel a little better, I'm going to think I'm so much better. It's just like any other symptom. You just start getting used to it. And your brain starts going to something else. Or you'll get into a wave. You'll get into a wave where another symptom totally overlaps that. So I won't even worry about the anxiety so much because I'll have something else that I'm totally scared of. And then the anxiety will calm down because I was totally scared about something else. It's totally fucking bizarre. I'm actually hoping for that because and the anxiety just messes with me a little too much. Just a little too much. Oh yeah, so I know we had a cool ass thunderstorm earlier. First one of the year. Now we're getting sporadic rain here and there, which is cool. I'm hoping it storms again. The fucked up thing about the weather nowadays is you can't just have a thunderstorm without the weather people saying, "Oh, it's a rotating storm. Be careful, this and that." It can't just rain all day, you know. Remember the old days? Years and years ago, you'd have a storm all day long, have some thunder, and it would just be calming as fuck. When I was a kid, I loved that shit. Don't get that anymore. At least not here in the Midwest. It's always like some sort of threat. Sucks. So that kind of got me a little bit earlier. I couldn't lay down. I laid down. I fell asleep to take a nap. And as soon as I fell asleep, big boom of thunder. I'm like, well, there goes that. But yeah, I need to meditate more. Even though I don't think it's working, I just think I need to close my eyes and try to get out. I tried the ginger tea. Oh, big fucking deal. God damn. I tried the ginger tea. It helped a little bit. Nothing good. Nothing too much. It's funny. I'm going to type it in Google. This is funny. Does ginger help anxiety? And what comes up is kind of funny. Where are my fucking glasses? All out there. It says, animal studies have also indicated that ginger can influence serotonin levels and may treat and reduce anxiety successfully as a benzodiazepine drug. God, that's so not true. I wanted to believe that, though. Turmeric boosts brain function and reduces depression. Turmeric, I think, is in the same family as ginger. Right? Could you imagine? I mean, if ginger was just like a benzo, man, we'd all just be hopped up on ginger all the time. I'd be feeling a lot fucking better last night. Of course, I'm able to fall asleep even with this shitty ass anxiety. I'm having again, after I fucked up the Remeron, I didn't sleep for almost 11 days. It was so intense. I took hydroxyzine for about 2 weeks, but I didn't take a lot of it. I would take, at first I did, and then I lowered it and lowered it and lowered it until I was off of it. I even had a little withdrawal from it, but nothing crazy. Could have just been what I was going through. But the hydroxyzine helped a lot because that's kind of what I was put on Remeron for originally when I didn't sleep like the 8 days after benzos. Which they could have just put me on hydroxyzine. I would have taken it for a couple weeks. I would have been off of it. I wouldn't be here today. I used ginger on my worst anxiety attacks, and it did so well. I end up in the hospital. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. Panic attacks are possibly the worst things in the world. It's excruciating. As of this time, I'm not getting them. I don't even think my body can handle it anymore. Used to every once in a while, and that gave me like a PTSD. My psychiatrist won't give me a diagnosis of PTSD because she says my life had to have been threatened. And I'm like, well, after I got ripped off the medication, that was very threatening. I could have died. I could have went into seizures and died. So she doesn't think I was in danger. Boy, because I want my diagnoses. You know, I don't have any other than fibromyalgia. Big fucking deal. And some migraines. Big fucking deal. That can't get me disability. I'm almost disabled. I fight through life. There's so many more people that have it way better than I do that are on disability. My psychiatrist, this is what I was going to say earlier, and I said it yesterday, I think, but she's just like, you don't look anxious. I'm like, I didn't know you had to look a certain way to have terrible anxiety. I'm like, I've been living with this, being sick for so long, and people telling me that I need to kind of just, work through it, and that's what I'm doing. Why do you think my brain's so wired to keep talking and come up with ideas, and it never calms down? It's a blessing and a curse, absolutely. A blessing that I'm able to do some of the things that I do, like musically and work-wise. I'm running my own business while under benzo withdrawal and Remeron death. I'm able to do all this stuff. I think I will put a heating pad on my stomach and see how that does. There's got to be something going on in my stomach where I can calm it down. Because that's where the main, it's like the heart of my anxiety is in my stomach. And it makes me feel like I'm going to piss myself because it's like so close. So when the anxiety gets really high, I feel like pissing myself. It's no fucking fun. What the fuck is that? I almost wish I could give myself 1 minute of what I felt like under the first benzo withdrawal to see if I had this anxiety then, because I can't remember. I was so fucking sick and fucked up. I think it was just like the chemical terror. Man, hiding that was fucking brutal. My girlfriend has stuck by me this long. I'm hoping she sticks around, but I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea what I'll do if I end up alone. My anxiety and all around symptoms and stuff under stress are so incredible that it's like, how do you function in that time? I always have a backup of stuff I can sell. I probably have 2 months worth of stuff that I could sell to pay bills. But that's realistically not a ton of time. I just saw somebody ring our doorbell and take off. Some kid with a stick. I'll show you. I'll film. She's hiding right now, and she's playing with the stick. I will show you the video. She just ding dong ditched us. I think she thinks she's a ninja. Oh, I can't see that. Jeez. Let me try again. Yeah, you can barely see it. Oh well, I tried. That's fine. It's been fun hanging out. I really needed to talk today. My eyes are flashing. You know, like when you don't sleep at all, I don't know if you guys get it, but like my eyes will flash, especially the corners will flash. But now, like, I get they're totally oversensitized and it just flash. It doesn't help with my visual snow syndrome. And I was talking to my neurologist about the visual snow. The first thing he could say was like, "There's absolutely nothing we can do about that." I'm like, "Yeah, but it's almost disabling. So what do I do? If there's nothing you can help, then what do I do?" Oh my god, people, it's just nuts. I think I'm out. Gonna go watch a little TV, then make some dinner, which I'm completely dreading. Um, yeah, I see black dots and stuff like that. But then again, I have visual snow, so I see dots everywhere. Um, my vision is not super blurry, but I've got terrible vision in general. Um, when I first got contacts, they give me monovision, which I didn't even know that's what they were doing. One eye is farther and one eye is closer. And I've been like that for 10, 15 years. It's fucking stupid. I always wondered why I was a little wonky, but it makes me realize I can't, how it's easy for me, because I can drive and look at my computer and stuff. It's just not great close up anymore. So I tried contacts where they were both farther and I would use readers, but my close vision is so fucking terrible. They said I'm 44 years old, and they said I had close vision of a 70-year-old. So putting on glasses every 2 seconds, it's absolutely frustrating. And I was getting migraines, so I just went back. It's a sucky way to see. So it's like everything's always kind of blurry for me. It's like a mix between uh, clear and not clear. So it's kind of a mess. Yeah, I missed that too. All right, you guys. It's been 40 minutes. I think I'm done. You guys have a great night. Thanks for hanging out. Aesthetics, I will contact you one day when I need to know about changing over to liquid. We'll see how that goes. All right. Love you guys. Take care.